let's compute for the NDVI of this image. Okay. So what we can do is we again go to semi-classification plugin, then band process, and then we can go to band calculator. Okay. So dito sa function sa dito, this one, you can already click yung NDVI. Okay, so the NDVI, Normalized Difference Vegetation Index. EVI is Enhanced Vegetation Index. And then NBR is Normalized Burnt Ratio. Okay? So for example, magkaroon ng forest fire or whatever, you can also use this any other data that has an event that is related to burning. You can also use that. No? But for our purposes today, just use NDVI. So ito na siya. And then we just change yung NI ito to the variable corresponding to the band name. Okay, so band 5, this is band 5 minus band 4. Okay, kasi near infrared B5 and then red is B4. Okay, so you just highlight this and then double click raster 5 to change. And then this is raster 4. And then this is raster 5 again. And this is raster 4. Okay, this one is actually important, no? This would actually set the name of the layer. Okay, so let's say this is for 2016. Okay, this is 2016 July. Yeah, this is 2016 July 2, 2013. Sorry, this is February 13. Okay, so this is 2016 February 13. Okay, and then you just hit run. And then just choose the location where you want to save your output. Okay, so let's say the same data set na lang, the same folder. Kung nasaan, where we can find the raw data. And select folder, and then it will now run. Okay, so we'll just wait for this to finish for calculating, after calculation ng NDVI. Okay, so writing file. So just wait for this to finish. It may take a little bit more time if your computer is not that good. But otherwise, this should be working now. Okay, so nandito na siya. So you'll notice the band name, the layer has been named accordingly. So we can just move this up. Okay, so let me just do that. Okay, so this is our NDVI for this whole picture. So for our purpose today, let's focus ourselves sa Taal Volcano Island. Okay, so if you want to move around, by the way, you can use this pan icon so that you can move around. Okay, so this is our Taal Volcano Island. Okay, so this is the main island. So you will notice that's very, very well defined, no? Okay, so let's look at this one. So this is band number 5. So this is near infrared. Okay, so this is NDVI data. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate next would be if I just want to know the information from the Taal Volcano Island. So I want to exclude the rest of the map, di ba? I want to exclude the rest of the map. So we need to cut or The technical term is clip this section of the map only. Okay, so we can do that by shapefile. So we're clipping it. If you have a shapefile already, okay, you can do that. But if you do not have a shapefile, okay, but if you do not have a shapefile, then you can make yourself. Okay, you can make it yourself to define the shapefile, and we're going to use that shapefile to clip our image. Okay, so I'm not going to the very detailed manner, no. I just want to make sure that you're going to know how to do it. And then it's up to you how to make it more detailed. Okay, so let us do that, no. So vector, so to do that, let's start with layer, then we create a new layer. So this is new shapefile. Okay, and then we're going to name our shapefile. So let's say Taal shape. Sorry, no, I apologize for the small font in this case, no. Okay, but if you're going to rename this, so this is shape, Taal shape, and then the geometry type, this is geometry type, change it to polygon. Okay, and then you don't just leave this the rest as is. So you click OK. So you now have a shape file here. Okay. Next, you click this one. This is a toggle editing. So that means you're going to edit. You're going you're going to start defining your shape. So click this, and you will notice that some of these items will be enabled. So right now it's disabled. Okay, so click this. Then you will notice there is a icon here that was enabled. This is add polygon feature. Okay, so click this, and then your cursor will change to a target. Okay, so it may take a little bit. It may take some practice, no, to do this. But basically, how to do how to make your shape is this, no. So first you click in any click where you want to start. So let's say this one, this corner. To the border. Okay. Once you click, you'll notice that when you move, there will be a red line. So that's where your guide is. So let's say my next corner will be this one, then this one. Just click and click slowly until you got your desired shape. Okay. So it takes a little bit of practice now. So once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to create your own shapefile already. So I'm not, I don't know, I'm very, I don't know, crude in making the shape now. Just to look so that I could just get the most obvious parts or shape of this island. So again, this is Taal Volcano Island near Tagaytay and Batangas. So this is the volcano that erupted in 2020, just before the COVID pandemic started. So you can just make this island slowly. You can start with a very crude, let's say a box first, no? Just to get the hang of it. And then you can make your own new shapes according to the size and shape that you want to use, no? So this is now your Taal Volcano Island shape. Okay, now once that you're finished, click the right mouse button, and then this dialog will appear. So just right here, 0, and then click OK. So this is now your shape file. Okay. So after this, you now going to disable the toggle editing by clicking this again to disable the rest. And then you want to save it. Okay, now it is saved. Okay. So again, so right now we now have a shape. So let's go back to our object or to our layer, the NDVI layer. So to cut, again, let's go to semi-automatic classification plugin. Then click band set. Now let's add a band set. So you will notice here now that we have another band here, NDVI. So it will appear here if we press refresh. So this one is the new layer that we did or that we made earlier. Okay, so let's add a band set. So let's add the new band set here. Okay, and then click NDVI and then click add. So this is now band set number 2. Okay, next, go to pre-processing, then click clip multiple rasters. So select input band set. So earlier we defined the NDVI layer to belong to band set number 2. So we click clip multiple rasters, then select input band set. So let's use band number 2. If we're going to use band number 3 or 4, if we're going to run, there will come an error because there is no band set number 4. Okay, so you only allowed to use band set 1 or 2. But we only want to cut band set number 2. Okay, so and then click use vector for clipping, and then click refresh. Then you will see there's a taal shape here. Okay, then click run. Then just choose where you want to save that layer. So let's say this folder. And then we just wait for it to finish. Okay, so this is now your clip. So it will now, your new layer is now defined to be clip NDVI 2016 0230. Okay, now let's see if this works. So unclick and all the layers that we don't want. And this is our layer. So this is now our NDVI layer. Questions, please? Okay. Now, let me just open this file. Okay, this figure or this paper, no. This is sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. So this paper is entitled Determining the Forest Fire Risk with Sentinel-2 Images. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So let me just browse through this paper because I want to show you this paper wherein he used yung burnt ratio. Okay. But what's important to me right now in this case is this one. Okay. So he from Holben 1986. So just check the paper here. Holben, let's see Holben. This one. This is characteristics of maximum value composite images from temporal ABHRR data. So what's important here is how he used the value of NDPI to classify certain pixels. Okay, so here we're going to use this one. No? So for negative values, it is classified to be water. 0.03 to 0 is bare soil. And then 0.03 to 0.3 is sparse vegetation. 0.3 to 0.5 is moderate vegetation. And then 0.5 and above is dense vegetation. So how do we do the classification? Okay. So let me just move it here since aking other data. Okay, so how do we do that? So we go to our clipped layer and we just go to layer properties. Okay, or you can just double click. Okay, and then you go to symbology. Okay, again, I apologize for the small fonts here. But anyway, what I want to do here is the render type should be single band pseudocolor. Okay, so let me just, let me try again to um, change the fonts. I think this should work. Again, so let me just, again, don't forget to save your project. Um, can you, please allow me to restart my QGIS because I changed my font size. Okay, so that you can see it clearly. Okay, so while it is loading, what can do you have questions po? Wala. Okay, sige. So let me go back again to my projects. So this is our project. Oh yeah, this is better now, no? Okay, so this is our clip image. So I can, again, zoom to layer. Okay, and then double click. Then render type, single band pseudocolor. Okay. And then so here we can now define our colors. No? So let me just go over with our defined values here. Okay. Let me just move everything around so we can see this clearly. Okay. Again, double click, go to symbology. Render type should be single band pseudocolor. Then we can choose our own color ramp. Okay, so let's say I want to use spectral. Okay, so here there are 5 classes already. 5 classes: red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So let's say red is highest NDVI and then blue is lowest. Okay, so let's start with the highest one. So let's choose this one. And then let's choose the value of 0.5. So that means anything greater than 0.5 would be dense vegetation. Okay, and then orange is 0.3. And then yellow is 0.03. And then green is 0. Tama ba ako? Is that correct? Wait, let me just check now. 0. Okay. Yeah, so this is 0. So let me just sorry, -1. Yeah. So this is now our values. Okay. So let's apply. So let's try to apply. Okay. Then let's go to our main figure. Apply, then okay. So this is now our data. Okay. Now we can make this a little bit, I don't know, we can okay, we can make it um equal interval, or let's say make it discrete. Ayan. Okay, so discrete means these values, these are the ranges of values. Okay, so let's do that again. So red is if you want to be greater than 0.5, so that means we choose this to be, sorry, the orange part. Okay, so let's remove this. No, no, no. Let me just reset these values now. Mhm. Again, sorry about that. Let's remove this. And then let's add, then change color to red. And then, mhm. Okay, let's reset now. Let's reset. Okay, so again, no, to reset, you can go to another render type and then go back to your desired render type. So single band pseudo color. So let me do that again. So let's start with interpolation. Let's use discrete. So you notice here, you can set everything. Okay. So let's say we start with, we reverse. How to reverse? Let me just, how to reverse. Ito, invert color ramp. Okay, here. So this is invert color ramp. So if you want to have dense vegetation to be red, so that's 0.5 and above. So let's change this to 0.5. Okay, and then this one would be 0.3. Then this one would be um, 0. Okay, and then less than 0 is this one. Okay, you can actually change the colors. Okay, so let's make it a little bit more defined, no? So let's say this is um, red, and then this is orange, and let's change this color to yellow. This one yellow, and then this one is green. Say this one is green. And then this one is, let's use this blue color. Okay, then let's apply. Then okay. So this one. So this is now your discrete image of your NDVI. Okay, so you notice here, generally, there's sparse and moderate vegetation. So if you want to rename this according to the value or according to, I'm sorry, what did I think there's an error here. Yep, 0.5. So let's be, should be 0.03. Okay. Yep. Then we can change the label. So this is negative, less than 0, water. Then let 0 to 0.03 is bare soil. And then this is ano ba to? This is 0.3, 0.3 to 0.3 to sparse vegetation. And then this one is 0.3 to 0.5 moderate vegetation. And then this one greater than 0.5 is dense vegetation. Okay, and then let's apply. Okay, so this one, oh, sorry. Let me again, wrong spelling here. To be moderate. Apply. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so this is your NDVI classification based on the values. Okay, um, we can do this. We can do this also here, and just to demonstrate that water is negative. So let's choose this one. And then let's do that again. So properties, then single pseudo range color, and then invert color ramp, and then discrete. So this is 0.5. This is 0.3. Then this is 0.03. And then this is 0. So these are good. This is, I think this is good now. So let me just apply it here. Okay. So you notice here, the NDVI here is negative, so water. Okay, so that means this is a mixture of water and other things. Okay. Okay, so let me just go over here. So let's go to, okay. So this is now your vegetation index. Or if you want, just rename it this as follows. No, again, Sudurban color. Okay, and just make it, I don't know, like this. So that's fine. So let's reverse color map. The low values will be blue, and the high values is 0.5 and above. Going to apply it, it will look something like this.